he is. What's going on, players? You miss me? I've been gone for a little bit. I decided to come on in here tonight, give you a quick stream for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be, um, so we're gonna see Batty go live here pretty soon. So I'm not going to be very long tonight. Just have one quick video for us, and I decided to go ahead and get back to it. Try to get back to doing what we do best around here. I've been out for probably 2 weeks with allergies and sinus congestion, chest congestion. I've been trying to medicate up and kind of get back to a slower, crawling pace back to what we do here. That congestion, man, giving me shortness of breath and stuff like that, dude. I couldn't do the streams like I wanted to, and so I've just kind of been poking and prodding around here on Chaos's stream, on Batty's streams. Later on tonight, Batty and Phil will go live, but I got to show up, man. Give you your triple threat Tuesday, right? We're not done. I'm not done. You can't stick a fork in me just yet. So I'm good to see. I'm glad to be back. It's good to see everybody here tonight. I got my medication right here. We're good. We're good. We're gonna get to it here in just a moment. I got to go through this MGTOW crowd here tonight. We got Honeycomb. Good to see you, brother. Hope all's well with you. I will be driving home when you get started, so I'll be listening. Carry on, gentlemen. Hold on, guys. There we go. I didn't get a notification. Yeah, YouTube's probably throttling this channel like they are every other MGTOW channel, I would assume. I know that they're already starting to come at this channel kind of sideways. I've been putting some stuff on here, and they ain't enjoyed it too much. Mr. Outlaw, you can't post that. You can't say that. Oh, what you got over here, Hall? So we're gonna give you a little YouTube warning. So yeah, they're already targeting this channel, sadly. So it is what it is. Mr. Gone with John, man, good to see you. Hope all is well with you, good sir. Roll Tide, good sir. He'll be going live here at about 15. So if you guys get tired of hearing my ass squawk and squabble and all, you can go over there and hang out with John. It's all right. It's good. It's good. Speak for yourselves. I'm no monk, but I am in a dry spell. Mr. Tommy, good to see you. I'm doing a lot better. Still got a little congestion. Still dealing with these seasonal allergies. It's not completely gone. I've still got a slight tinge of the shortness of breath, a little dizziness. It's still here. It's still lingering just a bit, but it's not like it was. It's not as strong as it was when I first took a break. So the body is just healing a little bit slower than it used to. Maybe that's what it is. But now we're all right. We'll be good. I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you, man. And of course, he says, "Good call to get well." Oh yeah. And depending upon how I feel after this stream tonight, we may or may not take another break. I don't know. These allergies they've hit me worse this year than I can remember in a long time. Now I've had these symptoms before in the past. They come and go. My allergies come and go. They don't stay strong all the time and weak. It kind of, some days I'll be 100%. Some days it'll come back a little bit worse, or some days it'll be better. I've got some Mucinex. I got some Flonase for the nose bullshit spray. And I just ran out of my Mucinex, so that's going to be next to go back to get some of that. So we're good. I got some Benadryl just in case. A little bit of money had to be forked out. I'm just saying, and not a lot, maybe a couple, about $5-10 for some Benadryl. Batty Commander, he'll be live later on tonight. Good to see you, homie. Hope all's well with you. Can't wait to see the streams tonight. And Mr. MGTOW Infinity, man, absolutely no notification. What is up? What is up? come on up in here, hang out with us tonight. I'm not going to be very long. I told these guys tonight that I'm going to give you guys a stream, but I'm not going to be very long tonight. I'm going to try to go back to recuperating and try to get some rest. I wanted to give you guys a triple threat Tuesday, so and all that good stuff. I've been cranking these comic books out left and right for you good people. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying them. I'm pouring my heart into them. I'm trying to write as best I can. I'm still new at it, but yeah. You'll notice that we're not going to be doing no Rumble stream tonight. That's because I'm trying to do this and give you guys a stream, and then we're going to get out of here so I can recover, and we'll do it that way. No one is making any man go monk, brother. Be careful out there is all I got to say. Yeah, absolutely, man. No, nobody's going to make you go monk. That is a choice you decide for yourself. Sounds like he needs to lay off the helium balloons while he does the girls' voices in comments. Oh, look at the guy here with the jokes. My allergies are better, non-existent when I'm strictly carnivore. Yeah, I'm thinking about going to the store tomorrow and getting some vitamin C tablets, some vitamin C, some juice or something, and help boost my immune system that way. I heard that that vitamin C helps a lot when this happens. So we're definitely going to be doing that. And you guys notice I keep clearing my throat a little bit. That's why, because this stuff is still there. It's still because I can't quite get rid of them. The allergy stays and they stay. It just get out of me, man. Come on now, shut up, Riggs, shut up. Yeah, man, the allergies hit me hard as well. Really bad sinus issues as well. Oh yeah. So you guys know exactly what we're dealing with here tonight. And of course, I got to remind everybody what we think of YouTube here. Fuck YouTube. I'm not picking any bones with you. Fuck you. Fuck this platform. You know what you did. I don't have any love for you. I ain't lost no love for you. I ain't lost nothing for this platform. You know what you did. You took my channel. You took Hammer Hands. You've taken Chronic's channels. You've taken a channel from John. You've taken a channel, from all of these content creators. True Blood, Rebel Against Defeat. You know what you did. Chaos for you. You know what you did. You know what you did. I don't have to remind YouTube of what it did. It's a punk bitch. It's a punk bitch. So. And I got to remind all of the haters at home that watch this, I still think you can go fuck yourself.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Yeah, boy. All right, good people. Let's go ahead and real quickly jump into tonight's stream for us tonight. I found this little gem on the internet. I thought you guys would like to. I said it, and I gotta play it. Oh, I said it. Mr. MGTOW, Mr. Outlaw, why do you put so many whammons on your channel? Shouldn't you be going monk? Shouldn't you be going? Shut the fuck up. I done told you, good people. You know how to differentiate between talking to these people and trying to get with them and trying to simp for them and all. You know the difference. If Outlaw ain't got a girlfriend, if Outlaw ain't out here digging and trying to mac on these hoes and all that, you know where we're at with it. Okay, you know that I don't have a girl. You know I ain't. Anyway, you know the difference. You know the difference, Mr. Outlaw. Come on now. Come on. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into this tonight. and I'm gonna play this real quick. I don't know that I'm gonna be doing a backstage panel tonight, so probably just gonna do this quick stream for you, and then I'm gonna get out of here and hang out over on Discord after we get done. But let me know. We might. I don't know. My channel has been intensely shadow banned going on 9 years. Oh yeah, you're getting the brunt of it. You're getting the brunt of it. We should talk about this sometime. No wonder men are opting out. We should talk about this sometime. Yeah, absolutely. Honeycomb, are you on not Facebook? Are you on Discord by chance? If you are, oh yeah, oh definitely. If you are, join us over on Discord because we meet every day over on Discord. And if you want to, you can join us over there and talk about what you got. Yeah, okay, all right. Or I can give you my email address. You can reach me with the email address. So, hold on. Give me just a second here. All right, there we go. And do that. Do you want the link to the Discord or to the email? Don't matter to me. All right, let's get into this tonight, man. Good to see each and every one of you here. Not a lot of people out tonight. It's not a big crowd. It's okay. It's okay. Most all of you are saying you didn't get the notification for this stream. That's that I think is YouTube's deal. So probably be easier just to give you my email address. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Let me give you my email address. And let me see, which one am I using for the channel here? Just a second, gents. Just a second. We'll dive into this stream for the night. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to remember which email address this channel uses. Ah, come on. Come on. Okay. All right. So here we go. Fish. There we go. You guys can reach out to me there if you guys so choose. If not, that's all right too. In the meantime, let's take this hizzo to the to task here.
Of her husband not really doing anything for Mother's Day. Not to put my parents' business out there, but growing up, I never really saw my dad do anything romantic for my mom. Actually, never even saw them kiss. All I saw was my mom getting up at like 5 a.m. and going to work and coming home and going to sleep. It was kind of like the breadwinner of the family, and she just.
So you didn't see old pops go to work. Excuse me, I got a little indigestion. So what about old pops? You didn't see pops put on the work boots, get in the truck or car, and go to work? You only taking notes of mommy?
To like make our family work. Of course, obviously, flash forwarding into my adult life and dating life, I grew up with this idea that men are just incapable of romance. That women kind of have to be the head of the house.
So going with John. So I'm down here in Jefferson County near you, and I've got trees all in my backyard right here by the back door, and the birds start chirping just whenever out here. I don't know. I could take a picture for you to show you here in a minute where I'm at, but yeah, the birds are back here going nuts for some reason.
Told to just make everything work. Flash forward, I have this boyfriend, probably still to this day one of the sweetest guys I've ever dated. Of course, like my childhood, he was not someone that did a lot of romantic gestures or grand gestures, and I was kind of like the one that wore the pants. I just figured shit out. Today we're just sitting and talking.
I'm the one that wore the pants and kind of figured shit out. Who told you to do that? Who gave you the incentive to do that? Why did you do that? Was he not on your program? Was he not on your dime? So you felt like you had to step in and then be the man of the house? Gentlemen, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it one more time for good measure. Listen to what I'm telling you. If a woman can do everything a man can do in her house or his house or her house, whoever owns it, right? If she can do everything he can do, if she is able, if she has the ability to do everything he can do, why is he in the picture? If a woman can cook, if a woman can clean, if a woman can pay bills, drive to work, pay taxes, she can own property, if she can do all this stuff, why do you need a man in the picture? Why do these women talk like this? They're feminists. You know this. Hina, good to see you. Hope all's well with you. I hope you guys enjoy that, because this is nearly 8 o'clock at night. You're hearing the birds chirp outside. He runs an illegal canary farm. No, I've got birds like all in my trees back here. No joke. It's because we are the providers. Results, good to see, brother. Hope all's well with you. Yeah, that's how they look at it.
And he's telling me about his ex-girlfriend. And he's telling me about how she was just so materialistic and she required so much. So much so that he literally went to get a second job in order to buy this girl stuff that she wanted. It's funny because I knew this girl from my hometown. And my friends and I would literally laugh at how much this girl was capable of making men turn out for her. I'm talking about buying her dogs, taking her on trips, like doing the most for this girl.
No. Shut your little lips. Shut your little lips for a second. So you think it's funny for somebody to use men? Is that about right? You like hearing these women, your fellow girls out here, use men? Really? And you think this is moral? You think this is okay? Why? Let me help you out here. Let me explain to you what you can go do.
Thank you for calling.
Use a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. Use a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, rock with me, Robin.
Let me explain something to you women out here watching this. If you're okay with somebody using men for monetary gain, if you're okay sitting back watching somebody get used, getting played, you have become complacent in that nonsense, in my opinion. In my opinion, you're no better than the women that use him. You're no better than the women out here that use other men. Now, are there men out there that do the same thing? Sure. But you just admitted you think it's okay. It's hilarious. It's hilarious that women are using men for monetary gain. Is that cool with you? Come on now. This is why you get no respect from men. I hope you know that. This is why you don't get it and you don't deserve respect when you admit to shit like this.
It was without fail every single boyfriend she dated. I was the boyfriend that was incapable of showing me romance and love, able to do that for her. But it's not that he was incapable. Men are actually very fucking capable. And they know what we want without us having to ask for it. The thing is that I had laid the groundwork with our relationship as the easy girl that didn't require much. I was willing to wear the pants, guide the relationship.
You were willing to wear the pants and guide the relationship. Again, who told you to do that? Where does this incentive from you come from? Was he not on your dime? Was he not doing what you wanted? Was you tapping your wristwatch there on your wrist, being like, hey buddy, you're not on my dime, so I gotta take initiative and push this shit along, motherfucker, like we on a script? Is that about right? Is that about right? It makes you look kind of interesting. Like it makes me raise an eyebrow like The Rock. Just saying. Outlaw. Please hold on. Come on. Outlaw, please change your smoke alarm batteries.
Figure shit out for him. As opposed to that girl.
Figure shit out for him. She had to figure shit out for him because he wasn't doing it quick enough. He wasn't figuring it out. Uh-huh. Hey guys, you understand I don't have a smoke alarm, right? I am the smoke alarm. This house is small enough I can notice where things are happening at any given time. I'm just saying.
My hometown that probably had told him, like, I'm not doing shit and you better figure it the fuck out. She had made it very clear that she was a high maintenance woman that required a lot of things. And to this day, I have continued to see this girl date men that show up for her, give her what the fuck she wants, and she lives a blissful life from what I.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because those men have compromised with her. Because they know that there's no point in arguing with her. Does that make her right? No. And do you know why? Because at the end of the day, when men figures out for themselves they want to compromise for poon, they will do whatever they got to do to get it. They don't mind buying her what she wants. It's just easier for some people to just give in. Just give in. I don't want to fight you, sweetheart. I don't really want to fight. I don't really want to struggle. I want the poon, but I just don't want to. And so they compromise. They don't want to. They don't want to put her in her place. They just want what they want, and they want to get on with it. And so she's figured this out, that this is a learned behavior. By the way, gentlemen, for all of you here, this is a learned behavior. You know this. You know this. I know this. Once a female learns they can do this, it's a learned behavior. They keep doing it. They keep pushing the boundaries. It gets worse and worse. The next guy standing in line catches the brunt in the aftermath of how much worse it gets. You know the vicious, never-ending cycle of how this goes. All the meanwhile, these women, yeah, I'm just sucking my thumb. I'm getting everything I want, motherfucker. Does it mean that it's right? Ask yourself, does it mean that it's right? Does it mean that it's moral? No. No. It just means people have compromised. People have given in to what the other person wants because both of them want something out of the situation that either one of them is going to budge on unless the other one moves first. So look where we're at. It happens to be sex. It happens to be monetary goods and services. You give me sex, I give you the money, I give you the goods and services. No fuss, no muss. She learns to do that. She learns she can get by with it. She moves on to the next guy standing in line thinking that that's how it's supposed to be. And when men find out that she's not going to budge, sometimes they compromise too. It's just, it is what it is. Oh, man. Hey, Steve Sanchez. Yeah, man. I'm giving you a good stream. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Come on in here. We're gonna play this, and then we're gonna be done for the night. I think Gone with John's going live. So if you guys want to go on over there, support Gone with John. I think he is live currently.
I can tell. She looks like she doesn't worry about a damn fucking thing. So many women have this idea that men are incapable of providing romance, that they have to lead, that they can't figure things out emotionally because men are just incapable of emotions. And that's not a...
Yeah, but where do they learn that from? They learn it from dumb fucks like you and other women who perpetuate this feminist nonsense, acting as if you're a role model to these younger girls. Oh, but those other women are doing it, and they're getting by with it. Why can't I get my entitlements? Why can't I have all the shit these other men and women are getting? I want some stuff. I want my bills paid. I want my phone bill paid. I want to go to dinner and not have to pay for it. Why can't I have it? They watch you do it. And even though they hate you, now again, women hate women, but they hate watch other women. They're jealous. They hate each other, but they're jealous of each other. Hey, what you got over there? What you doing? Hey, they giving you some shit? Make no mistake, gents. These women teach other women how to do this. She's teaching these young girls how to do what she's doing, and how the other friend of hers uses men and thinks it's funny, and it's okay. For all of you young guys that still date, still thinks about marriage, I want you to understand this is our reality in 2026. This is how a lot of them do. This is how a lot of them are. You ain't changing it. You're not going to change it. They teach each other how to get out of men what they want. They teach themselves. They teach each other. They've got a posse of women. You know how it goes. Oh man. Oh shit. Well, if this house goes up, that's been nice knowing you. GoFundMe to get outlaw a smoke alarm. Well, why thank you. Why thank you.
All the case. We just settle and unfortunately continue to uplift this narrative that men are incapable, which is just weaponized incompetence.
Hold on. Where is the irony button? Hold on. She just said that's weaponized incompetence. Hold on. Where's the button? I'm sorry. Did you just admit what you were doing? Did you just casually admit to what you were doing without saying you do it? You just admitted to what you do, right? You're weaponizing incompetence against the men in your life too. You realize you just admitted that, right? Right? Let me knock on the table here for good measure. Let me make it a little bit more dramatic. Do you know that's what you just did? Gents, look at the eyes, Chico.
And so what? You think the women that are getting treated well by men, you think those men are special? No. It does not take a genius to know what romance is. It doesn't take a genius to know what loyalty is or to help somebody out. Men will fucking serve their friends. You think they're not gonna serve you and you throwing out coochie? You allow them to lay the groundwork that you.
No. Let me, because you look like a zillennial. You look like one of these young broads out here that was just born after the year 2000. Let me lay some groundwork on you here, sister. Being a friend, being loyal, being a man does not equal servant. You know what that means when you're a servant with responsibility without accountability? Or no, being a servant with being a servant with responsibility without, yeah, I had it right the first time. Do you know what that makes him? You're black, you ought to know. A slave, honey. You like your friends being slaves to you? Do you like slavery only when it benefits you? Is that what you're telling people? Accountability without authority. No, responsibility without authority. There it is. Responsibility without authority is slavery. I thought you hated slavery. Is it okay when the white man or the black man does it for you? You call him a friend. Does friendship have to equal service? Does friendship have to equal he gives you something? Is that how that works? Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Is that how that works? No, I don't think that's how that works.
Can just come on in and just chill at home and I'll figure it out for you. Hear from me? I did that with every single one of my relationships and I ended up with a bunch of fucking dusties. And we'll do.
She ended up with dusties. There's no way she was the problem in any of these relationships. It was all them. No, not a chance in hell it was anybody else. No, not a chance in hell it was her. No. It was them. You know, suddenly I'm starting to smell something a little funky.
You got this whole damn place stinking up like shit.
Well, now.
Do what you allow. They love the path to least resistance. They respect women.
Oh, I know you do. I know your lazy bitch ass does. Most all you women do. In fact, most everybody in the culture does. The path of least resistance, when you admit to that, you know what that means? You're not doing a lot of growing as a person, which explains why you don't take accountability and responsibility for the failed situationships you happen to find yourself in. Let me tell you something right now. This is a red pill gospel truth. I don't care what woman's listening to this. I don't care who disagrees with this. It is much easier for a woman to get a man than it is for a man to get a woman. Do you think I'm lying? Look how women out here is easy for them to get sex whenever they want it. Yeah, I'm talking even the fatties, even the uggos. Think I'm lying? Hey, black men, how many of your brothers out there have brothers out there that likes the fatties? Oh, you bet you didn't know Outlaw knew about that, did you? Bet you didn't know Outlaw knew about that kink in the black community, did you? Some of the black guys out here, some of the brothers like the fatties. Oh, I know. Oh, I listen. I pay attention. Oh. Even if this broad here was fat as fuck, you can bet your bottom dollar she'd be getting hit on. What's the problem, you say? They're way too selective with who comes at them. They get options. Gentlemen, make no mistake about it. They get options. It's just that they can afford to be as picky as they want to be because it's them. Nobody's going to tell them otherwise. If you've ever been on the receiving end of being told no, again, might not have been you. It might have just been they're too selective. They're too picky. And then again, problem is women all want the same 5%. They can't all get them, so they share. Yeah, exactly, RO, because there's going to be a lot of women out there that don't get who they want. There's going to be a lot of them sharing the people that they want. Well, there's a lot of body count stacking out here. Yeah, we're halfway through this video. Hard to believe.
So much more that expect more of them. They are not incapable. They just don't want to fucking do it. And they'd love for you to do it for them. Haven't y'all realized that the best you will ever see a man act is when he's trying to get you at the beginning of the relationship, and then at the end of the relationship when you've ended it with him and he's trying to get your ass back?
Whoa. When you hold on. When you've ended it with him, I thought that it was the deadbeat. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I thought that all those relationships ended because the man was a dusty. I thought they ended because he was the piece of shit. Wait a minute. You telling people you ended their well, sweetheart, what? Hold on now. Are you this dumb? Are you telling off on yourself yet again? Do I have to make you look stupid yet again? Why, yes. Yes, I do. Good people. As I've said over and over and over, and I'm going to say it one more time for good measure, sit back, relax, let these motherfuckers tell you who they are. If you let them speak long enough, they will tell you exactly how stupid they can be. She just admitted she's ended relationships.
They're fucking capable of it.
I had to learn this lesson when I was in college. One of my male friends was planning a first date for this girl, and he enlisted me to help him with the plans. So as we were planning this date, I was giving him suggestions on things he could do, places he can go. And as we were planning, I started to recognize,
basically you giving him hints on where he can spend the money on you. Meaning you're putting stipulations on where you would like him to spend his money on you. Is that a date? Is that technically a date, or is that, you setting the bar, you setting the stipulations, you telling him what you want? Mr. David Applegate, good to see you, brother, in the chat. Hope all is well with you. Good to see you.
How anxious he was and how excited he was and almost stressed out that he was. And I was thinking dude, this is your first date. What the heck? So finally I said it to him. I was like, dude, this is your first date. Calm down. Why are you acting so anxious? And you know what he said? He said, I can just tell that she's the type of girl that I better come correct to or don't come at all.
Where are men learning that garbage? Where are men learning that garbage? If that even happened. If that even happened. That is something that people are teaching men one way, shape, form, or another somewhere how to do that, how to respond to these women. Who's doing that? Pay close attention to how society, the psychological manipulation warfare, pay close attention to how society guides the societal psyche of people, where the conversation, where what people allow and don't allow subconsciously, psychologically. Pay close attention. Where is this happening? Social media, out in gathering, out in public. When you, and this is how you know, when you have people in this culture that are not allowed to be corrected, when you try to correct them, when you try to hold them accountable, and other people around you will not allow it. You see this. When people go unchecked, as I like to call it, when people ain't got their mouths bratted, when they ain't got the side of their skull caved in, when they ain't had some teeth knocked out of their head for talking reckless, for doing shit to somebody and not getting held accountable. This is what happens. No, I'm not talking about going out here and punching people. I'm not talking about going out here and advocating for violence. I'm talking about the way it used to be when people put each other in check. When you knew when you crossed the line and you got your just desserts. Women, if they're not allowed to be held to account, this will happen. It will get so far out of whack. You'll see it. But what contradicts it? Nature, men's nature, women's nature. They know it's not correct. They know it's not correct to let these people go unchecked. Your nature lets you know that something's out of whack here. Women should not be getting away with all of this shit. But yet they do. Because you got people that are simping in positions of power and authority that makes things happen, that keeps you from checking them. You know how it goes. You know the society, what's going on. All right. Let's get back to her.
I was like, what? So y'all know who to play games with and who not to play games with?
Wait, you're saying that about men, but y'all are the ones that do it? People playing people. Imagine my shock. Imagine my shocked Pikachu face that men play women and women play men. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Not the first time she's made that face, by the way.
Oh. So I immediately thought to myself, Dana, are you that type of girl? Do I invoke that energy? And then I thought about the girl because I had seen her on campus, but I didn't know her personally. And I thought about her and I thought, he's right. I can tell that she's the type of girl that don't play games when it comes to guys. Like,
yeah. And you know what? People put up with that because that's how bad they want the pussy. You see, why in your little pea brain you think that that's a flex on society for you to get what you want, to not have to pay for consequences? Why you sitting there think that that's okay to do, and you think that that's fine and normal? That doesn't make it right and okay. That doesn't make it right and okay. Just saying. Just saying.
she will walk out quicker than sit around with someone playing games in her face.
Yeah, but here's the turnover to that. What about men who have figured out that y'all play games with us and have no longer decided to fuck with you? You see, you see, for some of you self-centered, narcissistic, egotistical women, it works one way in your brain because you don't allow for the flip side of that to work in your brain. It's okay to see it that way when it's happening against you and other females. Now extend it to men. What happens when men all over, and I've asked this question before, gentlemen, how many times have we told you? Think about this. What happens when there are men in this culture that have outgrown what these women constantly keep making the same mistake over and over doing. At some point, it ain't a mistake, by the way. What happens when men no longer want what you're offering because you keep offering the same shit over and over that they've learned from? You see, what happens when men flips that on its head on you and say, well, you women are playing games with us. We don't want none of you no more. But yet you keep on doing it. See, here's the thing. You keep on doing it because a lot of you don't get put in check. So what happens? What happens when women keep doing this same stupid bullshit over and over and men learns from it and they no longer want nothing to do with you? Exactly. The same dumbass look on your face like what she's got right here. And women keep wondering where we went. I'm telling you. We figured you out. We have figured all of you out. There is nothing special about none. Look, if all you offer is your body at the end of the day, if all you offer is to give him a list of places where he can spend his money on you, if all you're doing at the end of the day, and most of you do this because it's in the same fucking playbook that millions of you women play, and you're teaching these younger girls to do the exact same thing, when all you want to do is offer your body, when all you want to do is put stipulations on where he can spend his money on you, and you call that game? How is it a game when we've done figured out how to play it and the rules to it? How is it still a game? Games are supposed to be challenging. Games also have winners and losers. Games also don't happen and don't get played when you don't play. When a man figures out what you're doing, what you're about, when all you offer is your body, when all you offer is a list of places where he can spend his money on you, and all you got to do is flash a few little eyelashes, a little leg and all that. When he's figured that out and he don't want nothing more to do with it because you don't offer enough, and God forbid we actually be truthful with you women and say you're just not enough for these people. Huh? Come on. What are you going to do there?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Chrome Dome Omega. No lie detected. Just heard her voice drop when she's talking about another girl dropping men faster for playing. Sounds like respect me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Chrome Dome. Good to see you, brother. Hope all's well with you, man. We're almost done with this video here. Look at that face. She ain't figured it out, has she? She don't know. She ain't figured it out.
And when I asked myself that question, that was the start of me doing my inner work and my femininity journey, because
Feminine journey. She's lost the plot. She don't even know what she's talking about. Or then again, maybe she does. Who's playing who?
listen, I was not getting the results that I wanted during that time, and I knew that there was something that I needed to work on within me so that I can evoke that energy of you.
Yeah, and feminism is what they call working on themselves. What kind of an insult is that to a man that works his whole life and has to put up with this bullshit? Feminism. You call feminism working on yourself. What are you working on? What are you improving? You're improving, how to perfect the craft of usury. Are you trying to learn how to perfect the craft of being a feminist? Huh? Of how to gaslight, of how to lie, to manipulate? What is feminism? You know what it is. It's political. It's a political movement of usury, of power. You gentlemen, you know what feminism is. It's political. It's a political power. It is people advocating for political power through your generous donations, through your support, your participation. Please help us support. Please help us get more power over you. That's what they're doing. Anytime you see them advocating, anytime you see a man advocating for feminism, that's what they're doing. They're advocating for you to generously give them more power, to give them more resources to help better control over you and everybody else. You know that's what that is. Because feminism is political, and they have politicians, they have activists, they have people that represent them, movements. Feminist journey. What is she perfecting? The art of how to use people?
Either come correct or don't come at all. So with that being said,
Yeah,
ladies,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even by your own stupid fucking logic, here's the thing. How is the average man? If say just for the sake of argument, if everybody played by your rules, how is the average man supposed to know how you are in the first place? How's he supposed to know all of that off the get-go? How's he supposed to know you're a bad bitch that don't put up with no man and no games? How's he supposed to know any of this? First of all, how's he even supposed to know that you're attracted to him if you don't speak to him? If all of this hinges on the fact that men make the first move, you can forget it. You can forget it. You can fucking forget it because it ain't going to happen.
these guys know what kind of energy you're evoking. They know who to play games with and who to be serious about, who to go all out for and who to not spare any expense on. They know who they can play games with.
Gee, it's almost like you guys do too. Oh man. All right, good people. Let me see if I can find us one more here. We're kind of still early in the stream. I'm going to see if I can get us another one here. We'll react to one last video. Well, I say that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find one more for us, and then we'll be done.
Hey, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Amani Forrester, author of the book 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing. It's available right now.
30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing. I want that to marinate for a second. Listen carefully to what this hoe is telling you.
On Amazon, and it's free to read if you have Kindle Unlimited. We also have a Patreon now for videos and deep dives that might be a little too much for YouTube. Links are in the description. Also, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but many of you are being unsubscribed without your knowledge or consent, so please make sure to check that you're still subscribed and hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. Jobs are designed to keep you just over broke, not financially free. And this is especially true for women, thanks to the gender pay gap. Studies.
Oh, this is more of this AI slop. All right, tell me right now, gentlemen, do you want me to continue this stream? Do you want me to continue this video and talk about it? Or do you guys think that we're good where we're at? This sounds like some of that AI slop shit. Mr. Bingus. Yo, good to see you. I hope all's well with you. Infinium or Phoenix. Continue. Okay. Get rid of it and play the one I sent you. Yeah. Men deserve a nice peaceful rest after pumping and dumping this second whammon. Oh shit. We got Tom Laundry, got Chrome Dome, we got oh shit, MGTOW Phoenix, we got Bingus, David Applegate, all you good people coming on in tonight. Good to see you. All right, well, you asked for it.
Show that we are up to 80% more likely
By the way, the gender pay gap's a myth. You don't know what business is. You don't understand business. You don't own and operate a business. Shut the fuck up.
Higher in poverty than males, even when we work full time. So yes, a job can pay your bills, but it's never going to build the life that you actually want. If you want real financial security,
How is that the average man's fault? How is that the average man's fault who has no bearing over that job that you work at? See how stupid their logic is? That's why I call it illogic, because it is. It's illogical. In other words, if I don't work for the company that she's working for, if I don't have any way, shape, or form that I directly, pay for anything or buy anything or whatever, if my hands are completely clean of where she's at, how am I affecting her? How's it my fault? It's not. It's not, but somehow it is.
You need to be able to make money in your sleep. That's why Shanice and I love self-publishing, and it's what inspired us to create our program, the Self-Publishing Success Blueprint. Books.
Yeah, and if it was on the ground right now, and I hope that whoever the owner of this channel is, if this slop was on the ground in front of me right now, I'd take a piss on it. And I'd rip pages out of it and I'd wipe my ass with it. Oh, outlaw, what the fuck? That sounded misogynistic as hell.
They're a scalable and consistent income, and there's no inventory. Plus, once you publish books, they keep paying you over time. And no, you don't need to be some professional writer to start. You can start where you are. You also don't need to write 300-page books. We specialize in short books, and if you don't want to write at all, that's fine too. Activity books do so well. If you're serious about changing your financial situation this year, you need to do something different. You can keep overthinking and making excuses.
Hold on, let me skip it. Well, I don't know where to skip it.
Or you can finally start building something that creates life-changing income. If you're ready, the link is in my bio to join us. Don't let another year pass doing the exact same thing as last year, because nothing changes if nothing changes. See you inside.
Hey y'all, it's Amani here, and I found a really interesting Reddit conversation that's happening, and I'm super excited about it, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. So in the women's subreddit, OP wrote, "Why I think some men hate feminism. My first grasp."
Gee, what gave you the first inkling? However, did you figure that out on your own?
They don't know what feminism means at all.
Yeah, we do, because you explain it to us constantly, 24/7. Yeah, we do. Here's the thing, unless every time you women explain it to people in the culture, unless every single time you explain it, it's a lie coming out of your mouth. See, that's where you hold their feet to the fire. If everything they're saying about feminism is genuine, what they believe and say, well, then that's what they mean by it. But see, that's how they move the goalpost. Are you telling us that every time women say these things out of their mouths that they're lying to us? Of course, it is a lie, but do they know that?
I think feminism means women hating men. These are the men that comment, quote, "Let's stop."
It is. Feminism's obviously about hating men.
Stop gender wars on videos where women are talking about their personal experiences with weird men. Mind you, women have been experiencing gender wars for thousands of years. Even if feminism meant women were above men, they're scared or mad because they view themselves as superior and enjoy putting women in their places.
Because we are. And I don't give a fuck what any woman watching this program has to say. I don't give a fuck what any of these women have to say in this culture. We are superior to you. Do you know why? Because we built the culture that you're taking advantage of making this slop from right now. Trying to get men's money to help support this bullshit against men. Yeah, men are superior to you. Especially you women that act like this bullshit. Oh, you're so misogynistic, you asshole.
If women were above men for any reason, example, they were favored
let's see. Women are favored against men in the courts. They're favored against them in societal opinion. The court of public opinion, you're favored highly against men. The police favor you highly. It's called the Duluth model. The culture, the goods and services that are sold highly favors you because it's all aimed towards you. Huh? You gonna say all that this stuff is a lie?
because they created life. They see it as oppression.
I don't give a fuck. How do you create life without a man? You don't have an argument unless a man skeets inside of you first. And guess what, sweetheart? Guess. I know that this is hard for your little feminist pea brain to understand, Take a guess where it starts. Where it starts is the proper order of how it should be in the household. It has to start with a man. Whoa, Mr. Outlaw. Whoa, Mr. Outlaw. What are you talking about? A woman can't get pregnant unto herself. It starts with a man and his seed. The man comes first, literally. Literally. It goes, you got to have the man first, or the woman's biological function to have children don't mean nothing. It's a moot point unless the man or unless sperm gets inside her from a man some way, shape, form. Meaning it takes the man first. So there's an established order that must come with it. This is why I say feminist women in general like this, they hate themselves, they hate God, they refuse to retain God in their knowledge. If we want to go down the scriptural route, I just hurt somebody's pee-pees with that. Just saying.
Because they're losing their grasp on the only form of hierarchy they can feel. So I always let these...
Who's taking the hierarchy from them? What hierarchy are we talking about? Because I don't care how you spin it. I don't care what kind of science experiment you try to perform on men and women. It's always going to be the same. You always need a man's sperm to skeet inside you first, to give you life so that you can incubate life and to bring forth life. Lady, you don't bring forth life unto yourself. You don't get yourself pregnant. You don't impregnate yourself at any point in time in life. And no, putting sperm inside you is not impregnating yourself. I'm talking about if your body was capable of doing it all on its own without any outside interference, without any kind of outside help, without any kind of outside sperm. Unless your body can do that, you don't have an argument. You don't have an argument. You need men. And men need you to continue life on this planet. The problem is you're so damn proud and arrogant, you don't want to admit it. You see, that's a pride. That's a pride thing. And guess what the Bible says about pride? Pride is going to go before your fall, ma'am. You're going to fall. You're going to fall. Just like with making this trash video right here. You're falling.
People know that they won't be affected by feminism in any way if they are a man. My second grasp. They know what feminism means, but they view equality as oppression. This is because men believed they were superior for...
Yes, because now I know for your little feminist pea brain, you don't understand this. Allow me to explain this to you for just a few moments. Men and women are not equal. Wherever you find an instant in our culture where men and women are together, you have to bring man down to her level. In other words, you have to retard the things that men do and bring it down to her level so that she can meet it. Want to know a good example? The military. Does women in the military have to pass the exact same bar exam that men do? Do they have the exact same physical routines that men do in the military to pass? No, they don't. How about the police? How about firefighters? Huh? How about wrestling? How about bodybuilding? How about any of that? MMA. Does either one of them have the exact same regiment and routine and obligations and requirements? No. No, they do not. So anytime you see men and women involved in the same thing, and it's physical to a degree, you have to retard. You have to bring man down to her level, or either bring her up to his level, which way it goes. In other fields, you know how you do it in other fields? It's called DEI. You put people in there that's going to play ball, probably play with the CEO's balls. That's what playing ball means, by the way, for those of you that don't know. When you play ball with the corporates, with the higher ups, with the CEOs, playing with their balls, that's what that means. You put in there DEI hires that only care about race, that only care about gender, that only cares to hire the people that they want to put in there, like the Latinas that can't speak English, or the Iranian dudes that drive trucks and wreck them into the interstates, killing people. Yeah, you know those people. Building airplanes, creating submarines that explode on underneath the water and kill people. That.
Years, they fully think it's okay and natural to objectify women and treat women lesser than them.
Who's out here objectifying and treating women like they are? If a woman acts like a hoe, she's going to get treated like a hoe. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I don't care what you want to think about it. You act like a hoe, you wear the uniform of the hoe, you're going to get treated like a hoe. See Dave Chappelle's skit.
If these feelings are taken away, they'd obviously be angry. It's an insanely childish mentality. Men don't lose anything from feminism. If you are
I just got done explaining to you that you have to bring us down on your level, or you have to be brought up on our level, meaning there has to be compromises. There has to be a loss of things. There has to be a changing of things. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do. There's a lot that gets lost from men having to endure feminism. HR departments is one of them. Do you think these HR departments are full of Christian people that don't like feminism? Do you think, Doug, I hate to pick on you, brother, but do you think here a few months ago when Doug got let go from his job, do you think it was a good Christian man or woman in the HR department that said, Brother Doug, I like you. I want you to stay on. This chick is psycho babbling at you. We know she's crazy. You're going to keep your job? Or was it somebody that was, trained to get him out of the way? You see, at some point, people stop playing pretend with you people. There comes a point where the playtime's over, the gloves come off, because now you're coming after my job and my livelihood, and now it's game on, bitch. And you wonder why men get pissed off at you and don't want to be feminists and don't want to be this, that, and the third. It's because you bitches have no idea the damage that this shit is doing, that you're perpetuating. You're doing it. You're doing it. When you don't speak up and try to get HR changed or getting out of the way, you're part of the problem. Too many good people have been let go from their jobs because a woman cried foul. Now, here's the thing. These women are self-conscious and self-aware of what they're doing. They know how to use these HR departments against people they don't like for whatever petty reason. Do you think it's fair for a man to get unjustly blamed for something he didn't do and to get his whole livelihood ruined because of an accusation? Do you think that's fair? See, at some point, like I just told you, it quits being a game. At some point, it stops being a game and it becomes for real. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Generally a good guy, feminism won't affect your life whatsoever. If feminism is put into
How will it not affect my life whatsoever? Then what's the point of even signing up for it? What's the point of even calling myself a feminist if it don't change anything whatsoever? You didn't think that one through, did you?
place everywhere, women will be equal to men and both sexes would have equal rights. But that's
You have equal rights already under the law, sweetheart. How the judge, how the juror, how the lawyers take it out on you ain't my problem. Ain't my problem. It ain't left up to me how the judges and lawyers execute the laws against you and men. You already have equal law in this culture. You already have equal pay. You already have all these things. I don't control the judges. I don't control the lawyers. I don't control the jurors. I don't control any of these people. I don't have the power. I don't have the resources to control them, sweetie. You're too busy firing me and other men from our jobs thinking that the air conditioner is racist to be able to afford to fire them in the first fucking place. You ladies are fucking retarded. And because you're fucking retarded, I got to play this again for you. Now, if you keep making Goth Aaliyah playing, if you keep making her dance, I'm going to have to take up a collection from you. Not you good men, the bitch who made this video.
Perfect world. Unfortunately, women are being oppressed everywhere.
Shut your bitch ass up. How's that for oppression?
A lot of men seem to believe that feminism takes something away from them. Whenever I debate a man about how feminism negatively affects him, first I educate him. I tell him that feminism...
No. There is no educating when it comes to this. Your mind's... Now, see, here's the thing. Your mind is already made up. If you're going into this saying that you're educating something, no, your mind's already made up about something. There is no reasoning with you. So therefore, we can go ahead and dismiss what you're talking about. And that goes for people who have credentials too. You know how I know? Because unless somebody is willing to listen, like you, ma'am, because you're not, right? Unless you're willing to sit down and listen to the other side, if you're not coming into it with your mind made up, that's one thing. Go ahead and tell us more lies.
Is the equality of females and males, and much more. And if he still doesn't change his opinion, I ask him why it personally affects him if women are equal to him.
If I'm presenting to him the truth of feminism, if I'm telling him what he better know and he doesn't accept it, if my programming and indoctrination doesn't work on him, what else am I supposed to do?
99% of the time, they can't answer. What are your thoughts on
I just answered you, and I don't even know who you are.
Anti-feminist men? These are mine from personal experience. And I thought this was such an interesting conversation to have. And I actually agree with OP, and I want to add to her points. So let's get into that. So she talks about how men feel like they lose something when women...
By the way, how do you know that was a woman that wrote this article? Even if she told you in the video or whatever that she was, how do you know? Tear this shit apart, gentlemen. Tear it apart like Christmas wrapping. Because that's what it is. That's what it is.
Are equal to them. And that is so true. It's a very real and it's a well-documented psychological finding. And it's actually a cluster of research across social psychology that all point to the same pattern. When a dominant...
A field that's sponsored by political dollars, and it all points in a certain direction. Gee, imagine my shock. Use your brain, please.
Group is moved towards equality, they perceive it as a loss, a threat, or even reverse oppression. The clearest, most direct study is called If You Rise, I Fall. Equality is prevented by the misconception that it harms advantaged groups, and this was done in 2022.
What are you talking about? What advantage? You mean men's biology that they were born with, that they didn't have a goddamn choice in? Is your little pussy hurt because you weren't born with a dick and balls and more testosterone and much stronger than you are? Is that the problem? I don't have a dick and balls. I don't get to be a man. I don't get to be standing up.
Researchers ran 9 studies with 4,000 plus participants, and they found that advantaged groups consistently believed equality would hurt them, even when resources were not limited or equality benefited everyone. The key finding was that advantaged groups perceive equality as a loss of status or resources, even when that's not true. And they literally had to title it If You Rise, I Fall because of that mindset. But I will say, though, in a world where men and women were equal, men wouldn't have access to women in the way that they do now.
in the sense where like they wouldn't be able to violate, harm, and exploit women as
Ma'am, I'm going to say this as plain as clear as I can for you. If a woman is out here using men, and we just talked about this earlier in the stream, if a woman is out here, being used and all this good stuff, being exploited, being vulnerable, being used, I just said it a while ago, when you dress the way that you want to be perceived, don't get mad when people treat you the way that you're trying to come off to people. Now, again, did I say it's right? Does that make it right? No. But does you dressing like a whore and a slut and getting treated like that, did that make it right for you to dress like that? No. No. There's bad people in the world, sweetheart. If women are getting used, and personally, I don't think that's what's happening, because I think these women out here are getting exactly what they want. Now, are some of them getting buyer's remorse? Yeah. They want to play with the big dogs. They want to go out here and sexual experiment, and then they get buyer's remorse. They get a bad experience. We could have told you not to go out there and do it. That's not you being taken advantage of. That's not you being vulnerable, ma'am. That's you making a willful choice to learn something you didn't have to. That's you getting experience in something that you didn't have to get experience in, but now that you got the lesson taught to you, you don't like it. It's uncomfortable. You can't get rid of it. We're telling you not to do it, but we're just icky, disgusting, ugly men. You're not going to listen to us, but somehow it's going to be our fault when you fuck up. Convenience and whatnot, right?
easily as they do today. So maybe that would be a very serious perceived threat and loss. But if you consider that to be a loss, that says a lot about your character. Just saying. But moving on, there are more reasons why an oppressive group would see equality to be a problem. And that's due to
there's no such thing as an oppressive group. Ma'am, you get what you allow. You get what you allow. Didn't say it was right. Didn't say it was right. But you get what you allow. If you're dressing like a slut, if you're dressing like a whore, you're going out here doing slut and whore things, you're trying to use men, you're trying to take advantage of men, when you get that same energy turned back on you, don't get mad. Don't get mad. You were asking for it. Oh, outlaw. Now you're talking about women getting. Now you're being a damn misogynist. Oh, okay. Sure. If women, again, who is twisting these women's arms behind their back and making them dress like that, making them act like that, making them speak like that, think like that, hoe like that? Who's making you do that? You see, I don't own women, ma'am. I don't know about you, but I don't own people. So therefore, I don't have mastery over them or their actions or their body or anything else, the way you like to think men do. Therefore, nothing that you are saying is my fault, but yet somehow it's my fault. Make it make sense.
Zero-sum thinking. So dominant groups often see equality as a zero-sum game. If others gain, they must lose. This creates backlash to diversity or equality policies. And the key mechanisms are threat to status quo, feeling like fairness is being...
What's status quo? Men are put under the thumbs of corporations everywhere, which is run by who? Who runs these corporations now with DEI and affirmative action hires, ma'am? Who runs Nestle? Who runs M&M Mars? Who runs Kellogg's? Who runs Johnson & Johnson? Coca-Cola? Pepsi? Who owns and operates it? Who runs the business? Who keeps saying the future is female? Where are these oppressive men at? How are these men oppressing society when society and the corporations are oppressing them? In case you haven't noticed, there's all kinds of DEI and affirmative action hires in all of these corporations, banks, every bit of it. I know you don't like to hear that because it directly cuts down your narrative. But these people, yeah, yeah, your own kind is part of the problem. Hey Johnny, what's going on, cuz? I know I saw you in there. What's going on, buddy? Been about 2 weeks since y'all seen Chibi Chibi Chibi, isn't it?
Violated, and a belief that equality has, quote, already been achieved. Another aspect of this is
Well, because it is. You see, once the laws make it equal for you in writing and in paper to do the same thing, to have the same thing, to own and operate, to be able to vote and all that, the same as men, your argument's done. That is, unless you're trying to advocate for something else and something more. But gee, if you're not advocating for actual equality under the law, now again, when you say equality, what you should be saying is, I want the same exact punishment that men get dished out for the exact same crime, for the exact same letter of the law of the detail. If a man gets 50 years for killing someone, I want women to get 50 years for the same crime. Because there's no difference according to the law. Justice is blind and all that good shit, right? Right? If a man gets a traffic ticket, I want to get a traffic ticket under the law. Are they advocating for anything remotely close to that, you think? What's that you say? No? My sentiments exactly.
social dominance theory. This is the core theory that explains the psychology. Societies tend to organize into hierarchies of dominant versus subordinate groups. And mind you, this is not at all natural. This is under patriarchy.
Wrong. Wrong. You're wrong. You see, you just don't like being a woman. That's what it comes down to. You don't like being a natural born woman. It's written all over your face. It's written all in your voice. You don't want to be a woman. You don't want your natural place in the hierarchical order. You hate yourself. You hate God. You hate nature. You hate your body. You hate everything about why you exist and why you go through these things. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, as much as I know about it, they don't like the fact that they go through periods. They don't like the fact that they go through menstrual cycles. They don't like the fact they go through any of it. They don't like the fact that nature has chosen this for them. They don't like the fact that as they get older, their value is gone. They don't like the fact that they get uglier in some cases the older they get. I'm telling you, Outlaw cuts it straight. Whether you agree with me or not, I'm going to cut it to you straight. That's why I'm too raw and unfiltered for you two. Let me remind people at home. I got to remind people at home. Hold on now. Let me take this off for just a second. I got to remind you where we're at here. We are still on YouTube after all. And I can't wait for YouTube to be like, yeah, you played some monetized shit, motherfucker. We're going to need you to get your ass blocked on a couple of countries out there. Mind you one more again where we're at. Y'all see that? Ain't Andrea cute? Flipping the camera off and shit. Ooh, that's where we're at, boy. All right. Enough horse assing around. Let's finish this up.
Patriarchies operate with the people at the top and the people on the bottom, like the shape of a pyramid. It's not at all natural because matriarchal societies, which existed for thousands.
No, they haven't. Matriarchy has never existed, ma'am.
And far longer than patriarchal societies.
No,
you could describe
no, they haven't.
Them as being more circular. They were far more equal. in terms of the sexes, and they didn't center around those who had power and money. They
Wrong.
centered
Wrong. The very reason you're calling it a matriarchal society means it generalizes and focuses around centralized power. Because you and the dumbass who wrote this article don't understand nature. Matriarchy is a hierarchical power structure. Or do you not understand the definitions of words? By the way, we're trying to hurry up because I think Batty Commander is live. I think. Let me finish this up and then we'll go over to Batty Commanders. Give him some love and watch his show and stuff. Is he live? Somebody look for me and see. Is Batty Commander live right now? Might be.
around the protection of children. Some individuals strongly prefer hierarchies to stay intact. When equality is introduced, it's perceived as a threat to the hierarchy, which feels like personal loss or oppression. I also want to add the do-gooder derogation. Now, this explains a smaller but related behavior. People may resent morally good or fair behavior because it makes them feel judged or inferior. So that's another reason why a lot of males might push back.
Uh-oh. Come on, video. Come on, video. Hold on. Come on, video. She's taking a poo-poo on me. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can y'all still hear me in the chat? Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can still hear me. Hold on. Hold on. That is my internet. Oh. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. Yeah, internet's getting wonky. Come on now. Come on now. People still listening. Let me see here. Come on. Come on, screw tube. Yep, she's cooked. All right. Guys. Bet you I had some. All right, you can still hear me. All right, let me see if I can get this fired back up here. We're going to try to finish this up tonight. All right, let's see if we can get this finished off. YouTube's trying their best. They're trying their best to kick me off this platform. They're trying, but it ain't
Circular.
succeeding.
They were far more equal in terms of the sexes, and they didn't center around those who had power and money. They centered around the protection of children. Some individuals strongly prefer hierarchies to stay intact. When equality is introduced, it's perceived as a threat to the hierarchy, which feels like personal loss or oppression. I also want to add the do-gooder derogation. Now, this explains a smaller but related behavior. People may resent morally good or fair behavior because it makes them feel judged or inferior. So that's another reason why a lot of males might push back on equality, because they feel called out. And so when equality is put, I would say that this all sounds like a bruised ego sort of thing. It sounds very much like male fragility at this point, but
coming from women who can't coming from women who can't stand who they are, their bodies, they can't stand God, they can't stand nature, and yet you're going to call it male fragility when you females are the ones that are fragile. Hey, Big Angry Phil, good to see you, man. Hope all's well with you, good sir. Let me see if I can finish this up. Batty, are you going live tonight? I could just go ahead and cut this one and let's go over to your show if you're still live. Yeah. Sad but true, brother. So if you're going live, I can cut this stream and go over there with you. It's up to you, brother. If you wanna go live, I can go ahead and cut it here. We don't have but like maybe 5 more minutes of this video anyway. Let me know. Bottom of the hour. Okay. Got you. Okay. All right. Then we'll finish this up then. Okay.
this can also take place amongst many different types of oppressive groups, including races and classes. The simplest way to understand it is all of this research boils down to one psychological pattern. Equality feels like a loss when you're used to advantage. Not because something's actually being taken away, but because relative position is changing.
And why do you think men feel like there's a loss? When we tell you that you women have advantages in this culture and we're feeling a loss, do you think that comes out of thin fucking air? Now I know thinking is not half of your strong suit. I get that. Now I understand that. But God Almighty, if you're smart enough to advocate for something this dangerous, you need to have a little bit of thinking. You need to be able to think just a little bit.
So psychologically, they feel like I'm being pushed down instead of others are being lifted up to my.
Now, in your little feminist pea brain, in your heart of hearts, why do you think men feel that way? Why do you think men are trying to tell you that that's happening? Do you think that it's just all out of thin fucking air? I understand. I understand. Your simple mind thinks that it's just because of a reaction, a knee-jerk reaction to your retarded feminism. I get that. Think logical now. What do you think it could be from?
Level. And if we want to take something away from this entire sector of research, we can summarize it like this. Advantage groups incorrectly assume that equality harms them.
That's not for you to decide. That's not for you to decide, especially when you don't count yourself amongst those people. Meaning we don't need you to speak for us, even if that was the case. We're not, but I don't need you speaking for me, ma'am. I don't need you to, fill in the gaps. I don't need you to say this is what it actually means. You're retarded.
This belief drives opposition to equality policies, which is incredibly sad and disappointing. There are
good. You know what? I don't want you equal to me because you're not. I don't want, because again, this is what feminism advocates for every single fucking time. It advocates for political power. There's no point to any of this unless there's political power involved, because then it's just men against women at this point. And you know how that'll go. The only reason that you have a voice in the first place on this crap is because you have political power backing you. Men that have traded other men and have betrayed other men in positions of power and authority over everybody else. That's the only reason that this crap's allowed to go on. Because God forbid we correct you. God forbid we say anything, try to course correct and get anything back on track. What's the first thing you motherfuckers do? You run straight to somebody with political power and authority. Police. Yeah.
Also, studies that show that men think that women's equality has gone too far, believe it or not.
Yeah, pretty much. When you're getting men fired from their jobs unfairly, when you're locking up men just because you hate them, because you were taught to hate them, you want some revenge on them. You make little blog posts, Tumblr posts, talking about how much you hate us. Yeah, it's gone too far, sweetheart.
And I believe I've seen articles about how Gen Z men think that women have too many rights.
Yeah,
I said this
you do.
is not just a phenomenon that happens between sexes. When it comes to oppressed racial groups gaining more rights,
there's the blackness coming out of her. BLMG, what affiliation would that be with? It's political as well.
having their humanity acknowledged, research has also shown that historically oppressive groups may perceive this as.
I know that you're not capable of understanding that life is more than just a bunch of oppressed groups and not oppressed groups. But I promise you, if you'll go outside and you'll touch grass, if you will go outside and you will smell the fresh air, if you will ride a bicycle, if you'll eat an ice cream cone, if you will get out of that headspace of yours for 5 fucking seconds, just 5 fucking seconds, and understand that you're not oppressed in any way, shape, or form. Let me put it to you this way. A lot of people never realize that the only one that oppresses them in life is themselves. A lot of people go through life never understanding that. They miss that. A lot of people don't understand that they are oppressing themselves. Your mind, yourself, in a lot of people's cases, are their worst enemy. Just saying. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
Reverse discrimination, which again is ridiculous.
No such thing.
Because everyone benefits when everyone has human rights.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Ma'am, in your stupid worldview, men have to be retarded. Literally. They have to be retarded to believe your bullshit. They have to be retarded in the things that their masculinity affords them. They have to be retarded in you being brought up to their level. Like I said, they have to be retarded in believing this crap. Men having to be retarded is how this shit works.
And is mutually respectful. So that's my 2 cents to add to her conversation. A lot of men push back against equality for everyone because they feel like they are losing something. They feel like
no, it's because it don't work. It's because it's not reality. I know that you don't like to accept alternative answers to your worldview, actual answers. But here's the thing, ma'am. What you're describing doesn't work. It's what it really is. It's asking for the law to throw an imbalance of nature into things. It's asking for the laws, politicians, everybody involved that's within the law to naturally imbalance the way things are. Women are not equal to men. They never have been. They never will be. Your feminine nature, your female nature, if you ever had it to begin with, tells you these things. It tells you that there's a place for you. It tells you that there's a hierarchical structure that you don't like and don't want to accept and admit. But it exists. your body, clearly your body, is the first sign that tells you you're not on a man's level about anything. You're not a man, sweetheart. You don't get to be a man. You don't get to be a man. And that's just the bottom line to it.
There's a loss of status, and it's something that needs to change if we want to see a world where everyone is treated well, everyone is treated fairly.
Ma'am, people, let me tell you something. I know, here's another concept I know you don't like to hear. Respect gets earned. Respect is not demanded. Respect is not something you can lawfully make people do. People are naturally rebellious and buck authority by nature, by natural order. It happens. That's why you're a feminist right now, because of your nature. Your nature right now is doing exactly what it's supposed to. It is bucking authority. It's a bucking accountability. That's what people do. Men and women do that. Come on. We got somebody new in the chat, Mr. Oak. So many women and simps can't accept feminism, just doesn't work. It don't. It's not natural. You're asking the law to be unnatural. Rex says, good to see you, brother. Hope all's well with you, good sir. We're almost done with this, Jim.
And where society gets better. But until
what about isms? What if isms? It's not reality. That's in your little pre-made worldview. That's not reality. That's something you've concocted up in your little mind because you don't understand nature. You don't understand people's need to do what they do. You don't understand. But yet you're advocating for things in being as serious as you possibly know how. You pretty little head. We got to have feminism because I feel it. I think so. It's just, this is me, guys. No.
Well, then we're always going to have the oppressive groups pushing back.
No, that's in your little mind that men are oppressive. That's in your little mind. Now, how do you know this? Because has she ever met every single man in this culture to know that you're a good man or a bad man? That you're oppressive, that you're not? Huh? Is that what's happening right now? Have you met every single man on this planet to be able to say that conclusively and it be real? No. You're taking a small sampling. Again, she's taking a small sampling of the men she's been with in her life and applying that to everybody and thinking that that's one size sample fits all. Gentlemen, this again, tear this shit up like Christmas wrapping paper. Just saying. So Batty has announced he will not be doing YouTube tonight. Okay, so he's going. So you're just going to go straight to Rumble. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up then and hurry up and get out of here. Got about another 4 minutes.
Against human rights for everyone else because they feel like
we're not against human rights. We're against you being stupid. We're against you being stupid.
Something is being stolen from them, and that's just such a sick and twisted mindset. And it's
no, it's not. No, it's not. Especially when you've never been a man and you don't know what being a man is like. And then for a group of people to try to lawfully take your manhood and every responsibility and accountability away from you and outsource it to other people. No, that is a sick and twisted mindset that needs to change, ma'am. No, what you're proposing is a sick and twisted mindset. You see, in your pretty little simpleton mind, you think that equality for everyone is just a jolly, gay, happy time that everybody will get along and race wars will magically end. Blacks and whites will quit fighting each other. People can now dress in feathers. It's not going to happen. You're a dumbass. You're a fucking dumbass, and you need to hear somebody tell you that on the internet. By the way, that's why they don't want me on YouTube, because I'm too laser straight and too raw to the truth. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not going to, because These motherfuckers are fat, and they don't need anything else sugar coated. That's right. That's exactly right, Rexus. There's no such thing as rights. If human beings give you something, they can take it away. That's not a right.
Actually very disheartening. It says a lot about a person's character if they are upset at the idea of people being treated.
Well, look, if all I had to worry about was you not liking me for not agreeing with your bullshit worldview, that's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that. Come on, show me what else you got.
Just as well as them. It shows what kind of spirit they have, and
no, it don't. No, it don't. Ma'am, you don't even know all of the men on the planet to be able to say the things you're saying. So I don't give a fuck what you have to say about spirit.
it shows whether or not they're a loving person or they're a kind person.
No, that's people being kind and loving on your terms. On your terms. What if I said I consider you a kind and loving person if you kill animals or babies or people? Oh, that's such a kind and loving person because I said they are. Does that make it right? If my idea of a kind and loving person was somebody killing animals and killing humans and killing babies and whatnot, and I said, "Oh, they're just so kind and loving," does that make it right? Does it make it right? No, you say. Then what's the difference in your bullshit? Yeah.
And I think it would be really embarrassing to be anti-human.
Let me point out something to you, because you're making me stop every second to address you. Sweetheart, you got rapists in this culture. You got pedophiles in this culture. You got child molesters in this culture. You got people that eat one another in this culture. You got women that abuse and kill men. You got men that kill and abuse women. You got all kinds of degenerate asshole people in this culture. Me not agreeing with your bullshit definition of being a human don't bother me in the slightest. Maybe you need to wake up and face reality that humanity is not as kind as you think it is. Our culture is full of evil people, of sick, twisted, degenerate people. I'm sorry if I don't share your bullshit worldview definition of being a good human. I didn't sign up for your dumbass nonsense in the first place. You see, I'm not worried about what you have to say about it. Please continue. It just gets better, don't it? Oh, come on. Oh, YouTube. Give me just a second. YouTube's at it again. Give me just a second. 9:27. Give me just a second here, because YouTube's trying their best tonight. They're on one tonight. Ripping these fucks one upside, one down the other. Come on now. Come on, YouTube. You need a little pushback every now and again, homie. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but come on now.
But I'll read a couple of comments. So one person says, "I think you nailed it. Whenever I set out to have a serious conversation about feminism from a man..."
But you see, your worldview is not serious. It's rooted in illogical fallacies. I mean, you may think you're having a serious conversation with people about what you think, but when people tell you this and you double down, it makes you look silly and retarded.
Who is misinformed, I start by asking,
yes, you are.
Do you believe men and women should be treated equally? When he says yes, I say, that makes you a feminist.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Because I'm not for politics. I'm not for the advocacy of a political movement. I'm not in favor of men being brought down to women's standards and level just for things to change. So no, that's not what that means.
Granted, you could count on men readily answering yes to that a lot more 15 to 20 years ago than today. Absolutely. There's been so many articles written about Gen Z men and how they're more misogynistic than even boomers. Another person says it's wild how
Well, guess what? Now here's a little red pill for you. If boomers are dying out and they're learning this from somewhere, there may still be some boomers around, but again, if it's more than ever before, where are they learning that from? Could it be that a lot of these young people are getting real world experience with these women that think like this, that have been mistreated by these women, that have real life experience? Like a lot of you men here in this chat tonight. Could real world experience be why most of these men, these young boys, men, are going that way? You think? Because I don't know about you, but a lot of these young men are telling the same stuff that you MGTOW guys are saying. My MGTOW stories. Maybe it could be because they're getting real world experience and you don't like it because that's a bad reflection back on you women. If they're not learning it from the boomers and they're going out here and getting real world experience from these women, and these women which have the same mindset as you dumbasses. Remember old girl a while ago? Remember old girl when she said, I broke up with my boyfriend. I had several relationships. Yeah, they were all dusty. And then a few seconds later, she said, when I got rid of them. Could it be because, ma'am, and I know again thinking is not your strong suit. Could it be because real world experience with these thoughts, these horrors out here is why these men are going that way? Once again, responsibility and accountability comes to show up to bite you in the ass, and you don't want it. It's a poor reflection on them, gents. They don't want to be known for this, and yet they're doing everything they can to be known for this because they love the lack of accountability and responsibility, the pleasure, the dopamine rush to the brain they get from it. Oh yeah. Oh man.
fast some guys backpedal once you use the word feminist, even though they just said they support equal pay and rights. That's another thing. I think a lot of the time it's like an ego thing. A lot of men don't want to be seen agreeing with women, especially when they were taught that, like,
ma'am. You can try to excuse it away all you want to. Experience speaks for itself.
They're supposed to be smarter and they're supposed to be in the positions of leadership. To agree with you is to like lower themselves, or to have an opinion that is suddenly no longer based in logic and is just purely emotional or something. I don't know.
You don't know because you're retarded.
It's weird. Another person says a lot of men just hate women, and the idea that women are entirely individual, full human beings with their own wants and needs that have nothing to do with men is
No. That's no. Stop right there. Individual people with their own wants and needs away from. There's no such thing, ma'am. There's no such thing. Now, are there people in this culture that wants to be celibate? Okay, but for what reason? Is it because people are naturally born wanting to stay away from each other? No. That's wanting to be celibate, like with MGTOW, is a learned thing. You learn it, you adopt it as you get older. It's not something you're born with. It's actually not something that anybody is born wanting when they start out. When a woman says this, that I want to be celibate, that I want a life away from men, what they mean is they can't get what they want out of men. They've come to the point where they can no longer manipulate them and get what they want out of you. So now it's just politically safer to just say, oh, I want to go do my own thing. Get away from me. All it is just damage control. It's all it is, gents. You know this, and I know this. Women are not born automatically not wanting to be around people or wanting to be celibate. No. That don't happen. If that be the case, they wouldn't be born with any kind of reproductive organs or any sex drive or anything else. Like, no. This is a lie rooted in feminism fallacy.
Really upsetting to them. Yeah, that's
It's not upsetting. It's retarded having to unravel your bullshit way of thinking about something that you're trying to make up just to look badass and cool. Nobody here believes you when you say this. Show me how many men you've tried to date. Show me how many relationships you've been in, and I'll tell you exactly whether you're full of shit or not. Come on now. Somebody, because again, look, women that say this, that's never been in a relationship, never touched a man, do you really believe them when they say this? No. Because they have no experience to draw from. They don't know what they're talking about. It's just a woman trying to be edgy. Oh, I see other women doing it, and they're living what I consider a nice, normal, peaceful life. I want to do it too. Yeah.
Very narcissistic way of looking at people. It's like you're not just a tool of some kind for...
That's because you're viewing yourself as that.
Me to use and dispose of? How dare you? Another person says, except most men don't meet that definition of a good guy, so most men's lives would change. The majority of married men have more downtime than their wives because they benefit from the wife taking on more household labor and more...
No. Bitch, where? Bitch, where? Bitch, where? Because now I know you're a liar. Now I know you're full of shit. Look at the divorce statistics. Look at how many women actually do traditional wife roles. How many women in this culture actually do the things you're talking about? Now I know you're full of shit. Oh, you're talking about those cute little situationships that men and women find themselves in where nobody's committed. It's just a free-for-all, helping each other pay bills because they're trying to survive. You mean that type of thing? No? You mean that? Is that what you're talking about? Because I can guarantee you that if you're living together and you're not married, because if you're talking about married couples, I'm going to point you to the divorce statistics, and I'm going to point you to how many women on social media claim that they're not going to be a traditional housewife, and they're not going to take care of men, and they're not going to do this and that. And if you're not, I'm going to point to the people you're talking about that cohabitate, the situational stuff, where that's on a individual agreed basis between each one of them. Some of them may do more chores, some of them may do fewer. It's between them. It's all stupid. It's all bullshit. It's all just people trying to cope with a system that they don't want to try to course correct. Everybody knows that it costs too much to live. Everybody knows the system's out of whack. Nobody wants to actually stand up and try to fight this system because nobody can afford to fight this system. So they do the next best thing they can. They get with each other. They try to combine incomes, and they just try to make it work, which is part of the reason why I don't like the government, why I don't like the system in place. They're part of the problem helping to spread this nonsense. They are the problem. But then again,
childcare. Their relaxation comes at someone else.
You mean those single mommies that got rid of the dusty men, that has multiple children, that's just looking for somebody to help pay bills and to help keep her from being lonely You mean that? Is that what you're talking about? Because that happens. I don't want to be alone. I want this dude to move in with me and help me raise my kids. Help me pay some bills, sugar.
Else's expense. If we had equality, most men would be taking on significantly more labor in the home.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that one more time. Outlaw, zip your lips, and let the men listen.
More downtime than their wives because they benefit from the wife taking on more household labor and more childcare. Their relaxation comes at someone else's expense.
Where does this stupidity come from? Men work. Most men have to work. They don't get a choice to do what you're talking about. Are you talking about the very few Chad bros that you've been with that have that option, that have that luxury to do that? Because you allow it, because you chose him, because he's doing it, because you like his dick game and his money game? Is that what you're coming from? Is that what you're talking about, ma'am? Huh? Talking about those Chad and Tyrone bros that have the option to do that because you allow it? Because you chose them and you like their dick game and their money game so much that you keep them around and you put up with it? It's a good putting up with. Is that why? Is that why? Uh-huh. All right. Shut up, Mr. Outlaw. Let them listen.
If we had equality, most men would be taking on significantly more labor in the home, especially childcare. They would also have much closer and healthier relationships with their wives and children, though. That's true.
They would take on significantly more labor roles in the household under feminism and equality. These bitches are really out here thinking that they're doing more than the average man.
Thank you for calling.
Use a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. Use a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, rock with me, Robin.
I got to say that every time I hear one of these people talk like this.
Someone else says, you're right. Men who lose their minds over feminism are usually the ones who benefited from the imbalance.
I don't lose my mind over it. I'm just telling you no. That's my final answer. I'm not with your game plan here.
Another person says, when they're raised to hate and despise anything female or feminine, they're taught to deny the feminine within themselves, which
You're taught to hate the feminine within yourself, gentlemen. Did you know that? Did you know that if you're raised to hate women, you're denying the feminism within you? Did you know that? And you wonder why we don't take advice from them? They've never been a man. They don't know what it means to be a man. And yet they claim you have inner femininity within you. Anyway, we're at the top of the hour here. We're almost to the end of this. 8 people still watching. Good to see Jimmy Bones coming in here. Good to see you, Mr. Bones. Australian 03. Good to see you, boy. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're almost to the end of it here.
in turn causes them to deny anything and all that is feminine or female. Feminism has nothing to do with men in the word itself in their eyes. Why would they be okay with something that has nothing to do with them when they are raised in a world that evidently revolves around them? It doesn't make sense.
How does it revolve around us? We created the system, but yet the system has been taken out of our hands and put in the hands of women. Future's female. That's clearly what they want. It's clearly what they're going towards, what they're doing. How do you figure, ma'am?
In their minds, the rite of passage and all of that. Someone else says, you're right. Men who lose their minds over feminism are usually the ones who benefited from the
No,
imbalance.
not really.
And the last one I'll read is this one. So one person says, I think having to sit with the idea that men have been in the wrong with how they have treated women for like most of history.
Yeah, but here's where you fuck up. Here's where you fuck up. There are men out here that have never touched women, that have never went out of their way to talk to them, that don't interact with them, that have nothing to do with what you're talking about, that you are laying all of this blame at the feet of, and joining everybody in holding hands like it's a universal problem. And we're telling you, no, we don't want any part of your stupid bullshit. I don't want any part of what you're selling and peddling to these people, ma'am. I'm not interested. I know what happens when you politically motivate people. I know what happens. You're divisive. You're trying to bring people together while also trying to backhandedly tear us down at the same time. Well, men have always been abusive. Men have always been no, we haven't. You're taking a few examples from history. You're taking the words of what people had to say about something in their marriage years ago that they could have lied about. And I know for some people, I was in a conversation not long ago about this very topic, talking about how men were abusive back in the 20th century. The fuck? How do you know every single man was abusive? Number one. Number two, how do you know that these women weren't lying and not trying to dodge accountability for something they did that needed correcting on? How do you know if you weren't there? Just because you've seen one or two pictures of a woman's bruised eye, does that mean every man everywhere was abusive suddenly? Come on, guys. Tear their illogic up in their face like Christmas paper. Because that's about how flimsy it is. Just not as pretty. Just saying.
Is just really confronting, especially if you consider yourself a decent guy. It's easier to just brush off feminism as something only crazy women are interested in, so you don't have to actually think about
You're
what's
right.
being.
I don't have to think about it. Because I don't give a fuck about it. I don't want to be. Listen to what I'm telling you. I don't want to be equal to you. Under the law, where the law equally gives you the same punishment as me, yes. That's the only place where we are equal, where we should be equal. Everywhere else, I'm not equal to you. I don't want to be equal to you. Don't want what you're peddling. I don't want it. I'm not on board with it. And here's the thing, gentlemen, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it one more time for good measure. Why are women advocating for men to join their movement and their political party when they hate them in the first place? Because there's feminists that just outright admit they hate men, right? They want us all dead. They want to see us stamped out. They champion for it every time Trump has a near miss with one of those, presidential shootings. They champion for it. They want it. Better not say that. Better get YouTube's eyeballs on my channel again. Shouldn't women be advocating for women? Why do you need men? Why do you want men in your movement? You're so goddamn lazy. You want men to lead your movement. You want men to be ahead of your movement. Doesn't that speak something to you women? Doesn't that say there's something wrong with your logic, or if you even want to call it logic in the first place? Don't you think there's something wrong with that way of thinking? Don't you think there's something wrong with your way of thinking? No? Just keep on acting like nothing's wrong? The world's on fire, it's okay, everybody's staying warm and toasty?
Said. And again, that sounds like a rejection of doing good, of being the do-gooder, because
no, because I don't accept your terms and conditions for morality, for what is subjectively good and moral. I don't accept your terms. I don't acknowledge your terms and conditions.
it would make them feel judged or inferior. But that's all I have for you for now. If you found this conversation to be interesting and stimulating,
No, it's actually a waste of brain cells. I feel dumber for listening to it. Anyway, good people, there it is. Appreciate everybody coming on out tonight. I know that I didn't do a panel show tonight. I apologize. I was kind of in a rush trying to get done before Batty Commander went live. And then we got Big Angry Phil coming on later on tonight. I know a lot of you here will be there for that. Also, we've got some more comic book stuff coming up for you. Andrea has unlocked a new transformation if you guys are interested in that. I think one of the latest comic books will intrigue you. Maybe not. So, all right, good people. Let's see. Batty Commander, does anybody here have his Rumble up? I think we should be back to normal streaming. I just wanted to throw a quick one up for you tonight. And actually, we went a full length for a stream. Tommy was in here. He got tired and left. So, whoops. Let me see if I can find Batty Commander's Rumble. And we are almost out. I'll make sure that you guys have somewhere to go, a la Mr. Outlaw. Did he post a link? Did he post a link? Yes, he did. There it is. Good people. Click that link. Going over there. Let me see if he's live. We'll make sure that we're not missing something. And yes, we are. Okay, so he is live now. So I'm going to go ahead and post that link again in case you guys don't have it. And we're getting out of here for the night. I want to thank everybody for count. Gentlemen, MGTOW is growing. It's on autopilot. All I'm doing is simply stating the obvious at this point. You already know that. It's always my honor and my pleasure to get to take another one of these motherfuckers to task for you, to give you actual, raw, unfiltered truth that you can take to the bank. You can use your brain to think about. I love you. Now, I don't educate people, but I do like to course correct a lot of stupid things. But you know. So let me give you one last hoorah before we get out of here. Let's see, I'll play this one for you. Give you a little Misfit Rebel. And that comic book is exclusive on my channel. I am currently in the process of moving that content off of this channel and putting it on my own Rumble channel. So if you guys are interested, you like the comic book stuff, where we're going with it, keep staying tuned because I've got a bunch of shit coming up for you. It's a lot of cool stuff. And I think we may do a giveaway stream here before long. I'm thinking about that. One of you guys will have the luck, or whoever watches the stream will have a chance to own the very first MGTOW Outlaw poster exclusively through the channel. I'm thinking about that. Don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have one printed up, let you people see it, and do a stream at some point. And I'm thinking about doing Jackbox games, and seeing who all wants to compete. Doing like a Billy Von Baum type stream, see if who can win that. So I'm going to print one up, and one of you good people will be lucky enough to win a MGTOW Outlaw poster. I don't know if you want an autographed, I might not. I don't consider myself like that, so it's just whatever you want. So, all right, Batty Commander's live. Let's get out of here for the night. Peace out. God bless. MGTOW is now on autopilot. You don't need to hear me say that, but maybe then again you do. Y'all take it easy. Be good. Be safe. Stay vigilant. Stay MGTOW. I will catch all of you good people in the next one. It's my honor and my pleasure to get to do this one more time for you. And with that, I'm out. Later.
Could you please save me? The world is crazy. From a drive-by was another dead baby. My homies killing each other for the love of a color. One dead brother and another sad mother. And damn, it makes me wanna holler. Another dirty day, gotta go make this dirty dollar. Because I gotta try to live and provide for destiny, cause she's getting big. And I gotta bring her up right, so she won't grow up to be a pitiful sight. With 5 kids on welfare,